Hello everybody, this is Bronwyn from Tarot Fever. Today we're going to have a look at this new release by Hay House. It's the Wandering Star Tarot by Kat Pierce, an 80 card deck and guidebook. This is the new mass market version of her deck, which was originally an indie deck. I do not have the indie deck. I actually hadn't even heard of it, and I was at Chapters Indigo the other day and saw it and thought, this looks cool. So I came home and watched a review of the indie deck, or a couple of reviews, and thought the artwork is gorgeous. So I ended up picking it up. Here's the back. So it's a really nice two-piece sturdy box. It's got some like bronzish gold foiling on the outside. Inside the box, there is a universe inside you. Nice little guidebook. It's actually a really great guidebook. I love the way she writes. And this is the inside of the bottom. There is a universe inside you. And the cards. So I'm just gonna put them here for a second and we'll have a quick look through the guidebook. Here is the table of contents, intro, understanding the deck, there's some spreads, 3-card spread, the Wandering Star spread, the Celtic Cross, and then some info about reversals. And then for each card you get a write-up with keywords at the top. And you'll see it's so cool. The keywords are like in the pictures, but like not the way normally keywords are included on cards. And I love the way she did it. And then we've got a quote that pertains to the card in question, which is also really cool. I think this deck would be amazing for beginners who are drawn to this artwork. So these are the backs. It's a really nice cardstock. I don't think I have any other decks from Hay House with this cardstock. It's matte, but it's that really nice slippery matte that makes that great sound when it rubs against itself. So it doesn't stick at all. There's, well, a little tiny bit of glare, but nothing like serious. And obviously you're not going to see any fingerprints on it. It has a little bit of a border, as you can see. It's not white though, it's kind of like an off-white, almost like a yellowish. I'm just looking for my Smith Waite card. Oh, here it is, to compare sizes. So it's pretty much exactly the same size. The corners are just a slightly different shape. So it's a standard size. Now the backs aren't foiled, it's just like the ink is a darker gold or goldish sort of color. All right, so now let's get into the cards. Just get in a little closer here. Oops, sorry about that. All right, so the Fool, and as you can see, we've got keywords written into the images themselves instead of like along the bottom or the top of the card. So purity, potential, risk, innocence, and desire. The Magician. The High Priestess. I love her artwork. I really think this is a gorgeous deck. The Empress. Law and Order. The Hierophant, the Lovers, Chariot, Strength. See, the keywords are in her dress. So yeah, this would be such a good deck for beginners, I think, because the guidebook is really great too. Justice, the Hanged Man. Love this death card. Transformation, new beginnings, endings, change. Begin again. Yeah. Temperance. Guidance, healing, moderation, balance. the Devil, Desire, Obsession, Fear, and Shadow. I love this Devil card because it's not the typical scary quote-unquote imaging we usually see, and it does include the word desire, which isn't always a bad thing, right? Yeah, I really like this. I love this Tower card. I love it. It's such a happy tower, even though it's burning down. It's just so pretty. It's got kind of like a fairy tale feel to it. Destruction, enlightenment, release. How cool is that? So you're getting like the kind of like the light side of the cards, not just the sort of shadowy meaning. And then there's two bonus cards, the Mother Star and the Creator, which I probably will take out of the deck. Oh, and they also are designated as like yes or no's for yes and no questions. So now into the Wands. Really like this. I'm just gonna hang on for 1 second because I have to reply to a text that cannot wait. All right, sorry. Okay, back to the flip through. Ten of Wands, burden, demands, and overload. Page, Knight, Queen, and King. I still struggle with the courts after reading multiple books on them. Excuse me, and reading with them and doing exercises and workbooks. I still struggle with them. So I kind of like these keywords on here. It'll sort of trip my intuition up a little bit. Like the Queen, we've got creativity, leader, and focus. Oh, excuse me. And the King, honor, standards, wisdom, motivation. Just kind of kickstart you, jog your memory a little bit. The Swords. I love this 7. Oh, I swear I'm not sick. The 9 of Swords. 10. I'm really digging this art style. Knight, Queen, and King. And now into the Cups. Some of my Cups cards do have some like weird like ink on them at the bottoms. I don't know if you can see that, especially on the 5. Sorry, I don't know if I showed that. 3, 4, look at the 5. And that's not dirt, like it won't wipe off. So not sure what's going on there, but it's really only bad on the 5. I do love this 5 though. It's really, really beautiful artwork. I know I keep saying that, but it is. 7. And we have like the keywords written on the cups: choice, instinct, passion, extremes. And the Pentacles. So this deck was more expensive than your typical Hay House. In Canada, it was $35.99, but I got it cheaper, a little cheaper than that off Amazon. I think it was $31, in US $26.99. But the quality of the cardstock is really good. Better than their usual decks, I would say. It's just that really nice, matte, flexible cardstock. I'm trying to think of other decks I have with similar cardstock. And what's popping to mind is the This Might Hurt Tarot, the Super Lunaris. Yeah, I can't think of any others, but it's just that really nice matte glidey cardstock. Okay, I'm gonna zoom back out a little bit here and give them a shuffle. My King of Pentacles, unfortunately, is a little bit damaged. Like the edge is kind of pulled up on both sides from the paper, you know, like the paper bands that come around the decks when they're new, but that's all right. Not a big deal. I might edge this, but I don't know. I'm afraid it might bleed because it's got this nice light border. Okay, so let's give them a shuffle. And then I'll pull a card after a shuffle and we'll read an example from the guidebook just so you have an idea of how it reads. Okay. So it's a thicker deck, but the cardstock bends really nicely and it snaps right back. So you can totally riffle shuffle this. Apologies for dropping these cards. This table is really high up. I normally do my shuffling at in a different area, so plus I get like performance anxiety when it comes to shuffling on camera. All right, so 5 of Cups. Let's read for that. And of course it's the Leaving Sorrow and Loss, and it's my sad damaged card. But that's okay. 5 of Cups. So in your entry, you have the keyword from the card at the top here. This is a somber card. It is one of sorrow, loss, and disappointment. Perhaps you must leave a relationship that just isn't working or let go of a beloved home. Perhaps you yourself have been abandoned. Life has a rich range of emotions for us to experience, and none should be pushed away or avoided. Allow yourself to grieve and feel deep sadness. Pain is a great teacher, and your suffering is not without a purpose. Feel, then let go. When you are ready to release, take tiny steps towards peace. It will be a journey to get there, probably slower than you'd like, but use each moment to get to know yourself more and build your emotional strength. Will you let tragedy and loss cut you down or carve you into a masterpiece? The choice is yours. And then we have a quote here from Martin Luther King Jr. at the bottom. It says, "We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope." That's amazing. So yeah, I'm totally recommending this deck. I think it's great for beginners. I think it's great for anyone who's drawn to the artwork, whether you're an experienced reader or not. I've already done a couple readings with it and really enjoyed them. I think they were quite accurate. So yeah, that's the Wandering Star Tarot by Kat Pierce. If you enjoyed my walkthrough, please hit subscribe. I got lots more videos coming, and I hope that you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.